homes. We're talking about 1 or 2 bedroom apartments. So the way Tom Ollie will explain further, but the code prorates a 1 bedroom home is, I believe, asking for any variances. We're not asking for anything special. We're following the town's rules. That's how it turns out. It's 163 units. That's the calculation. That's the way it works.
But in actuality, it's 231?
We're talking about between many, in a planned adult, active adult communities, you'll often have 1 bedroom apartments with 1 person in. That's not unheard of.
Well, what do you anticipate having?
One.
Full capacity. Yeah, full capacity.
We don't know. It depends on who wants to rent it. It's either 1 or 2 people in a unit. 1 or 2.
So how many units are projected? Number of people that live in this?
About 200.
230 units, is that what you're saying?
Roughly.
Okay.
How many people
Fine.
in that 230?
About 230 people, and possibly when they're when they're visit, they'll have more.
Okay, what we need to do.
Excuse me, may I finish?
Yes,
I
please.
allowed you to speak. I think it would be polite if you allowed me to speak. Excuse me. First of all, a question that has been raised over and over again is about the tax base, and the reality of this project is it's a benefit to the tax base because we're going to be paying taxes for this property and for the development of it and for all the units, and that's going to benefit the school district with no children. There'll be no additional children from this project, and the school district will benefit from it. The town will benefit from this because it will reduce your tax base, because you're not going to be having additional children coming into the school district, and there'll be additional money coming into the school district. The other additional things that will help the community, that will add on to the community, is, first of all, as Tom said, we're going to be having community area, we're going to have a rec center, we're going to have a pool, tennis courts, it's going to be a sustainably environmental community, which will be a model for New York State as well as this county. It will be geothermal, solar, and zero net energy. I don't know if people understand what that means, but it really means that the energy use will be self-contained, and they'll be self-sustaining homes, basically, housing, which is really, in the future, people will want to know that in 30 years their energy bills aren't going to cost them anything. Their energy will be set. So when you're older and when you want a home that your income is limited by, maybe you're no longer working or you're on Social Security or whatever your situation is, you know what your costs will be down the road. And in terms of the look that has been mentioned, the look of this place, as we expressed in our proposal, is it will look like the rest of Goshen. It's part of the town code. We think that's a great idea. It's going to look like the farmhouses and the property that I currently live in. It's going to look like Lawyers Row. It'll all be very unique and very in keeping with the look of Goshen. This will not be mass-produced at all in any sense of the word. The other part of that, I think, has not been understood is that 70% of this will be open space. This was to be single-family houses. Beyond the wetlands, 70% of the usable land will be open space. So, if you were going to build single-family houses, you'd be putting in roads, infrastructure, you'd be using a lot more of the land, you'd be damaging a lot more of the property. We've already started building walking trails through the property. You'll have access to the wetlands and to see the scenery and the animals and the nature there. And we're not selling anything. So on the other side of this, you believe that, hey, we're doing this because we're going to be selling it. Well, this is not going to be sold. This is a rental. Once again, this is a rental. In terms of the water issue, and we will be having, as required by DEC and by code, on-site retention. So in terms of all of your concerns, that will be handled and addressed in our plans once we go to the next stage of the planning work. And that will be discussed when we go through our secret process, and it will be designed in such a way that will not be a concern and will be taken care of. At this point, Tom Ollie might want to
the public, I need to get back. Excuse me, sir. Sir, Sir, I'd like to hear from the public. We can get more explanations about things if we can, please. So, John?
Okay, what did that do to the road? Okay, where was that yard sale?
Right on the curve.
Okay. That thing is going to create a traffic disaster. And my expertise is in public speaking, but I can write a pretty good letter. And Ramona, my lovely assistant, she's going to distribute it. And my next question is a little tangential. How many people went to Scotchtown Elementary or have a family member who went there? I'm there. With some real simple arithmetic, it's easy to show that this project is going to cost the taxpayer, the county taxpayers, Goshen Village, Goshen Town, school taxpayers, a lot of money, like millions per year. And you want to pass that around, Ramona?
And if we could have a copy of that for the record, please. Our clerk. Go ahead and pass it out.
Send one to the front row, Ramona. It's really all about traffic. There are so many municipal vehicles right in this area. The county must have thousands. And they're all going to be driving right down that stretch of road. And it's like a foregone conclusion. If there's any entry put on 207, it's going to cause basically traffic light. And I think that's actually the goal of this project. You know, I looked at this and you count up the parking spots, and there's way more bedrooms than parking spots. And it already tells you right there, the reality is you can't have an apartment and a person, an adult in there, without a car. And it's just misleading in so many ways. So anyway, I think the sword fight, everything is to divert our attention away from the answers. And so that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much.
My name is Robert Field. My wife Carol and I live at 3295 Route 207. Unfortunately, it's not on the map. I hope that was not intentional. Section 3, Block 1, Lot 3.1 for further reference. I've lived in the area 40 years. It'll be 10 years this February at my current address, which I just stated. 30 years, half a mile down the road on 207 in Campbell Hall, town of Hamptonburg. And I know it's been mentioned many, many times about the accidents or about the traffic, but just to put a little color on it, in the 40 years that I've lived there, there's probably been a dozen deaths between Dead Man's Curve, right there at Kip Road and Everett Road. Where I live now, there's been a half a dozen accidents with 3 to 4 deaths. I know the state's going to be involved with sight distance, but again, just to give a little color, if you drive from Goshen and you come to the beginning of the property in question, you will take notice that it is a crest of a higher elevation. At that point, it starts to go down. And as Mr. Doskill and some other people have mentioned, traffic comes through there quite quickly. I know because I cut my own lawn, and when I'm on the tractor and I see cars go by, I literally stop just to see if they can make it around the curve. If you put a traffic study out there, I would guarantee you will have cars going 65 to 70 miles an hour. That brings me to the one ingress and egress that they show coming out on 207. It's right just beyond the highest topographical point of the property in question. So it's going to be a problem, so I will let the town and the state to work on that concern. The other is the water. You know, after I looked at the concerns that I had and wrote them down,